Hello, my name's Rebecca Broxton and welcome to the Meet Magento UK YouTube channel. Today I'm joined by UKFast, one of Meet Magento UK's silver sponsors. And with me is Jonathan Bowers, Managing Director of UKFast Enterprise. Can you tell me a little bit about UKFast?
Absolutely. UKFast was set up just over 18 years ago, set up to help businesses, especially businesses who didn't know that much about the internet at that time, to get started, get going, hosting their websites at first, moving into looking after people's email, applications that run people's businesses, going through right now 18 years ago, to 18 years later, doing really clever stuff with the internet, helping people to grow and develop their businesses. 7 years ago, we started focusing on platforms like Magento, and helping people who are very ambitious about using the internet to raise a lot of money and make a lot of money, and helping them to work out exactly how to do that using platforms that are really looked after with their infrastructure and run as lightning fast as possible. So that's one of our specialties in looking after clients is things like Magento platforms.
Amazing. It sounds like you've been the foundation for quite a lot over the years and helped kickstart a lot of companies. But what is it that you do there?
Okay, I'm the Managing Director of UKFast Enterprise. Historically, I looked after UKFast from a day-to-day running perspective, looking after all different sizes of clients. We have clients that, so from the smallest sole traders right up to huge e-commerce businesses. Latterly, in the last few years, and especially last year and this year, I'm focusing on our enterprise clients. They're our biggest customers, so people who take the biggest Magento packages, for instance, people who literally taking thousands of pounds on the website every single hour or day. We're helping those businesses to build the kind of architectures that make them as fast and efficient as possible.
Amazing. And can you tell me a little bit about the ethos of UKFast?
Yeah, we are very much a people-oriented business, and as I mentioned, we started out holding people's hands, helping them understand how to get the best out of the internet. We continue to do that today. Some of our clients need that hand-holding a lot more than others. Some of those clients are absolutely are as technically advanced as we are as a business, and that creates amazing partnerships. So our ethos is very much about developing amazing partnerships with end businesses and with web design development agencies and partners who can help all kind of businesses to grow in the UK. So our ethos is really, if our clients grow, then we grow as a business.
Absolutely, and that customer-centric approach I think is really important. It's something that comes up a lot, especially here at JH and with our clients as well, because we have the same approach. So that's amazing. Is there anything about UKFast that might surprise viewers?
Well, I suppose there are a few things. Being a very people-oriented business, our headquarters are based in Manchester. Somebody famous once wrote that Manchester has everything apart from a beach. So every summer we build a beach. So down here at the moment in our car park, we've got a lovely beach with a bit of sports stuff on it, deck chairs, all kinds of things so people can enjoy the sunshine. We like to help our team as they work hard during the day to relax when they need to. Alongside the beach, we have other crazy stuff around the office, like a slide. But I suppose really the biggest thing that we do that's a little bit different is we're heavily into education. So we work with kids from the age of 7 upwards. We actually run code clubs around the Northwest. We have a diploma for 14 to 18-year-olds. We bring about 60,000 school kids through our doors every single year into our auditorium to talk about how technology works. We're essentially trying to help the next generation get up to speed so that we've got the opportunity to employ some great people in the future. We're even working towards our own secondary school, which is coming up in 2020. So there's lots of different stuff we're doing to try and enhance technology and build the knowledge of technology in the future.
Wow, that's amazing. I remember actually the announcement for the school that you were backing and starting, and I thought that was a really great idea. So I'm really excited to see where that goes. Education is something that's quite close to my heart as well, and I think it's really important that we show support however we can for the future generations.
Yeah, it has to be in our industry, simply because there literally aren't enough skills out there to keep growing at this momentum. And 5 years ago, we decided to stop complaining about it and start do something about it instead.
Yeah.
So that's why we find ourselves about to open a school.
Amazing. How do you feel that UKFast fits into the wider Magento community?
Well, we are, I suppose, as we grew as a small business with very little funding, we had to do a lot of open source innovation. ourselves. So many of the first kind of things that we brought out, especially to do with e-commerce, we brought out web accelerator machines, helping businesses to speed up what they do on the internet. Our ethos, as well as being about helping our clients grow, is very much about the faster you are, the more effective you are. And that's not just in how quickly your page loads, it's about how quickly you can get, use the other systems into dispatch, into delivery, etc. The faster a business is, literally the happier their customers are. And so we have always grown that as a business, being called UKFast, but we also recognize that in e-commerce, that's extremely important. The other side of it is the open source side. So Magento Community is fantastic for being able to learn from each other and grow and develop. And that's exactly what we do as a business as well.
Well, I think UKFast is such a great fit in the Magento community, and you're a common site, especially here in the UK. So yeah, I absolutely love that. So what do you think are the best reasons to sponsor Meet Magento UK?
I think the best reasons really are to be able to meet up with people. The internet can be quite an isolated world where everyone's doing stuff over Skype or over telephone, or especially over email. And so the opportunities to actually get out and meet other people face to face, especially our partners, who work with such a fantastic range of different partners, and a lot of them are key Magento partners. The chance to meet with them and their customers, that three-way relationship that we have really strongly with lots of different customers. Places like Magento, the Magento community, and Meet Magento are great chances to bring all those three different parties together. So yeah, we're really excited about that. But alongside it, there's a lot more. There's the insights that we can learn about how we can produce better products. So for us, it's getting feedback from the customer about what makes their website special. That's actually helped us to grow so many different gadgets and products and solutions over the years. And Meet Magento is a great chance to learn a little bit more about that and bring out the next iteration of the infrastructure that a Magento platform can sit on.
Definitely. I think that the fostering of the communication and things like that these events do provide is why we all go. It's why they're all so popular, and I think it's important to get that kind of feedback and to see what we can learn and what we can share. So how did you actually become involved in sponsoring this event?
Well, we've been involved with the guys that run this event for a long time. We're pretty picky because we get asked a lot to be involved in different events. We're very picky about what we get involved in. We have to know that it's really going to benefit our customers. Ultimately, they're the reason we're here. And as long as we know it's going to benefit our customers and it's going to bring the best of a community together, then we'll get involved in it. So the opportunities for us to give more exposure to our customers to come down to something like that and learn from all the experts there is a real reason to get involved. So knowing the company behind it, we knew that they would bring the best of the best together.
Why do you think that the Magento community is such an important part of the e-commerce industry? Like, what makes it such an important part?
I think Magento is so important because, coming back to open source, because it's about a community. So many other shopping platforms are very isolated, really. There isn't a knowledge share and transfer with them. What Magento has managed to do and what it's managed to grow over time grows in parallel to the open source community and feeds into the open source community. That means that you've got so many minds putting something together, and it makes it very special. And being able to come out with Magento 2 was only really possible because of all the different minds that fed into all the plugins and additions to the original Magento. So that's quite unique. I think it's why it's grown so fast, and keeping that community and allowing that community to contribute to the growth of Magento will also be its future.
Definitely. I completely agree. I think the support network that they've managed to build just around the platform globally is just incredible. What do you think has been the biggest leap forward in the e-commerce industry so far in general?
Well, I'm going to be a little bit biased, and I'm going to say it's actually learning how much speed can make a difference. There are some extraordinary stats about speed. I mean, we actually know that there is always statistics coming out about the growth of e-commerce, but suggesting that by 2021, there'll be $4.5 trillion spent in e-commerce every single year, and that's an extraordinary amount of money. We're seeing more and more high street shops close because the e-commerce platforms are being used so much more instead, and some people are becoming victim because they aren't moving fast enough to the internet and aren't actually making that their primary way of driving revenue. And the primary way to drive revenue on the internet does come back to speed. We've learned it over time. People disappear from your website if they're not getting a fast enough response. In fact, half of visitors to a website will disappear off if it takes more than 2 seconds for that website to load.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
I've
so
read some
important.
crazy stats, like you lose like 10% every 10.10th of a second or something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And,
Yeah.
and, and this is just getting people to your site. If you then think about the journey through the site and the speed of the shopping cart at the end of it, that
Yeah.
moment where people think, could I get this cheaper somewhere else? If you don't even give them that moment, and you're fast enough just to convert that payment, then
Yeah.
suddenly, your website's growing faster than other people's, and that's how the internet grows. Is literally by providing something as efficiently and quickly as possible.
Absolutely. You have to catch people when they're being impulsive, because half the time when you're buying online, it is an impulse buy. And you're like, do I need this buy? Oh, that was easy, so I do need it. Like,
Yeah,
and
I,
yeah, if you're
I
giving
think
them a chance to think, you're giving them a chance to doubt.
absolutely, and also by giving them such a great service, you build trust. And the biggest aspect in the future of the internet is trust.
Yeah, definitely. And how do you see the e-commerce industry actually moving forward in the next 12 months?
Well, I think it does come down to that trust aspect, actually. The e-commerce moving forward is going to be all about how much people have the confidence to use particular websites. And this then comes down to security. So the more and more money is being spent on the internet, the more and more business is going to get targeted. We've seen businesses being targeted by DDoS attacks and hack attacks for years, but the prevalence of them now is astonishing. And so online security has got to be one of the biggest things that people need to look at over the next 12 months. Um, and actually giving their customers the comfort that it's safe to spend with them, not just on a PC or a laptop, but on the mobile phone. So much spending's happening on a mobile phone now, but people are sat on a bus and they're buying something. How can you make sure that that person feels confident enough to do that and continue growing?
Absolutely.
And a lot of that comes down to making them know that their data is going to be safe with your business.
Definitely. And I think it's something that we have to think of as a whole industry, because as soon as somebody has a bad experience on one site, it's going to put them off buying anywhere.
Definitely.
Well, it doesn't matter how far you advance, then once you've got that bad taste, it's very hard to win them back to the industry, let alone to a particular retailer.
Very true.
Yeah. What upcoming changes in the e-commerce industry are you most excited about?
Well, in line with the idea that people need to build more confidence in their customers, personalization, I think, is so important. It's already happening a lot, but I think artificial intelligence within personalization is really the key to building that level of trust. So you have to have the security on one side, but in order to make people feel as though you're listening to them as an individual and you're delivering to them the exact things that they're looking for, the systems need to get more intelligent. So being able to have artificial intelligence chatbots, for instance, or even ways to know when you should swap that over to a human who can take over if you haven't got artificial intelligence, I think is quite important. I think we're going to see a lot of change in that area. We're going to find more immersive opportunities within buying, so that people feel like they're in a virtual dressing room and things like that, and more relationship developing. In terms of the way people have to become clever, especially with things like GDPR now, the way e-commerce businesses have to become clever about the way they build relationships and entice people to want to be involved with them. So I think personalization in that way is going to become huge.
Absolutely, and it's a hot topic that will definitely be covered at the event later this week. So why do you feel that attending Meet Magento UK is a good idea?
I think if you are trying to grow your business, so let's imagine you already have an e-commerce shop on Magento, but you're just struggling in certain areas. This is the place to get the expertise for it. There are ways. There are very few people who are starting an online shop from the beginning now. So most people there will have some experience, but it's an opportunity to take that experience to the next level. It's a real chance to look at, if you're on another platform, what does Magento offer you that that platform can't? And how can that change your operating procedures? How can it change the ways that you link together your front-facing website with the way you deliver your products in the background? And so it's a real chance for people to hone in on the weakest links in their business and start to improve them.
I love that. I love that, like weakest links, like honing on those weakest, because you are only as strong as your weakest link, as they say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I do think that it's a great way to put it. What are you most looking forward to about the event?
For me, it's an opportunity to learn. So learn feedback from clients, meeting up with them, but also going into sessions and being able to learn a little bit more about the ways that we might be able to design solutions for the future. I'm probably less likely to learn about those things than my team. So we're sending plenty of the team down so they're able to really look at how we architect a solution at the moment to help Magento, and find out what extra elements can we add into that now, bearing in mind the way Magento is growing and developing itself. So it's a fantastic chance to be able to offer better products by learning from the industry.
Absolutely it is, and I'm so excited. I know the whole team here at JH are extremely excited as well. We're really looking forward to it. So those are all my questions. So thank you very much, Jonathan. Have you got any closing remarks that you'd like to end with?
I know, we're really looking forward to it, and look forward to seeing you there.
Absolutely, me too. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss anything, and we'll see you at the event.